Music producers, songwriters, have you ever found yourself piled up, surrounded by unfinished tracks? Have you been struggling to figure out how to actually complete them all or how to find them again? How to stay true to yourself and how you really feel in that moment, and then still apply yourself in a productive way to finishing your music. If any of that rings through for you, this video is for you. Ready, set, let's go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Sky Deep here. I'm a multimedia artist, music producer, lover of community, and I'm crazy about virtual reality. So you may see a video here or there with me doing that kind of thing, especially if it relates to music. But for now, I'm here to share 5 tips on helping you to finish your music. This has become so important to me, not only for my own creativity, but also very specifically when I'm working on jobs for other people. Sometimes I'm doing music for film and TV. Sometimes I'm doing music for theater, or maybe it's just a remix for a friend. But for sure, right now, I want to work on my album. I want to get that done. How am I going to fit it all in and keep track of everything on all the different hard drives when I've got so much swirling in my head? So I came up with a tool that I'm going to show you a little bit later in this video. So make sure you stay till the end. I came up with a tool that helps me to keep track of everything and to stay on a creative path based on however I may be feeling that day. I always have something I can do that fits my mood. All right. But first, let's get into the tips. So, oh yeah, and go ahead and hit that like button or subscribe if you already know you about to get this value, because I'm bringing the value, people. Here we go with 5 tips to helping you finish your tracks. Tip number 1, start with a clear vision. Before diving headfirst into a new track, take a moment to visualize the end result. What emotions do you want to convey? What story do you want to tell? Having a clear vision of your track's direction will guide your decisions throughout the production process, making it easier to stay focused and ultimately bring your musical vision to life. Tip number 2, set realistic goals. It's easy to get overwhelmed when faced with an unfinished project, but breaking it down into smaller, manageable tasks can make all the difference. Set specific goals for each session or day, whether it's writing a catchy chorus or polishing the mix. By setting realistic goals, you'll gain a sense of accomplishment with each milestone reached, motivating you to push forward. I know for me, uh, setting realistic goals can be really difficult. I have these big dreams. I'm a big dreamer. I always have been. And sometimes I dream a little bit farther than I can reach, or I bite off a little more than I can chew, as some might say. So I highly recommend just going easy on yourself and just feeling out what feels organic for you that day or in that moment. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. Stay on. This next one is something I really like to hold on to, because once you start getting a lot of tools available to you, for example, there's so many software synths out there. With having that many software synths with that many different sounds and presets and possibilities, sometimes it can take hours and days to just find one sound. Sometimes that's okay, but sometimes you just want to get into it a little faster. And that's where embracing constraints comes in. So, tip number 3, embrace constraints. Sometimes having endless possibilities can lead to decision paralysis. Instead, try imposing certain constraints on your track. Limit the number of instruments or effects you use, or challenge yourself to work within a specific genre or BPM range. These constraints can spark creativity and force you to think outside the box, helping you make progress and bring your tracks to completion. Tip number 4, establish a routine. Consistency is key when it comes to finishing tracks. Set aside dedicated time for your music production, whether it's a few hours every day or specific days of the week. By establishing a routine, you'll create a habit and train your mind to get into a productive state whenever you sit down to work on your tracks. Remember, small, consistent efforts add up over time. For me, establishing a routine has lately been that I try to wake up at about the same time every day because my goal is that I want to be in the studio every day. So I wake up around 7 in the morning. Yes, I know I'm an odd musician, right? But I do. I wake up at 7 in the morning and I do like a 30 minutes of meditation. I get up, I stretch my body, I wake my body up, I get into get my blood pumping, and then I practice mindfulness. I try to breathe, calm myself down, try to shake off any anxiety or rapid thoughts that I maybe have in my head. Then I have a breakfast and I get to the studio. And yeah, and then I try to actually make sure I get some things done. And that helps me. If I do that every single day, it puts me in a position where uh, my body is ready to create by the time I get to the studio. That's just one thing that I've been trying lately, and I'm going to try a few other things. I'll get back to you. All right. Tip number 5, seek feedback and collaboration. Don't keep your tracks locked away in a creative bubble. Share your work with trusted friends, fellow producers, or online communities. In fact, I have a Discord server. I would love if you would join it and we can offer each other feedback or just share tips. Or maybe you can meet some of my other friends and a collaboration maybe starts to happen. That would be magical. Come through. All right. But in general, in seeking feedback and collaboration, your friend's fresh perspective and constructive criticism can provide valuable insights and help you identify areas that need improvement. Collaborating with other musicians or songwriters can also bring new life to your tracks, injecting fresh ideas and pushing you to new creative heights. And that's where we all want to be. We want to be in the zone, right? But I know that sometimes I spend so much time in here alone that I lose touch. And I need to get back in touch with people in order to kind of shake it out, catch some vibes, and keep it going. Yeah. So now let's get to the juice, that thing I promised you about, which is my tool that I developed over the past years to help me finish tracks. So straight away, here it is. We have my production checklist. It's a Google spreadsheet, yes. And you can use whatever tool works for you. Here, I just tried to color code. Now, right now, you just see a whole bunch of colors and text on the screen, right? But now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of show you the blank version. So this is the blank version as if no music had been made. This is a beautiful place to start. Like, I probably would start a sheet like this for every production. Like, some productions I have to write 20 songs or 10 songs, and this might help me keep track of where I'm at in them. So, all right, so this video is getting a little bit long. Once I'm finished crafting this for the public, then I will make it available for you down at a link in the description. Take a look at this screenshot. See if you can make something on your own, and don't worry if you're allergic to spreadsheets. I have another video coming up very shortly after this one that will explain everything about this sheet and also show you exactly where you can get it with all the new updates that I plan on making to it. So there you have it, everybody. 5 tips to finishing your tracks, as well as a tool that I made that I'm sharing with you to help you get there. Thanks for dropping by. If you found these tips useful, then leave a comment down below. If you have other ideas or tips about how you get tracks done, let us know. And by all means, drop by my Discord server, join the fun, let's have a chat, and continue to motivate each other and inspire each other to finish tracks. Yeah? So thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next round.